What up, everybody? My name's A.Chal, A period Chal, A-L, and I make music for a living.
How did you get into music? You got started at a very early age. Your parents were kind of, a little bit indifferent when you told them you wanted to do this. So what, as a child, just made you say, F it, I'm going to do music?
I think I saw, I think I was at a show one day, and I saw this one girl I had a crush on staring at this band play. Like she was just staring at the lead singer so much, and I was like, "Damn, bro, that's all he had to do is get on stage and perform." And she was like, she had the hard eyes for him, and I was like, I needed to do that,
Okay.
and then I just went.
So you've been on record as describing your music as out of this world.
Uh-huh.
How did you come to that style, that sound? Because your influences are kind of like, I saw Future, just like here and here.
Right.
So what made you just say, I'm going to make music like this? Because your music is very, like I say, different.
Um, just being me as much as possible. I think that's what makes it out of this world. Cause, I mean, I think we all different, but I think I'm a little different. So I think my music is just like a direct representation of who I am and the kind of mood I'm in and the different worlds that I've been through. I've been through a lot in my life. I was born in Peru. I grew up in New York. I grew up in Chelsea, Mass. I was in Harlem. LA changed my life. You know what I mean? Like all these things, different cultures, different people. Like it's created my own world, and that's what my music is.
Okay. Definitely. So describe the recording process for your latest project, which you're currently on tour for right now. How did you come up with,
Okay.
the tracks and just
Uh
what
huh.
inspired it?
The last album, the way I made that, I knew I had to put out something soon. So I told myself that each song I made had to be done quick. It wasn't like a long process. The album before that, I would take like maybe 3 months to finish a song. This time I was like, just finish it as soon as you're in the studio and leave. And all the songs were made the same day. So it was fast. I'll say that was the process. And I didn't think about it too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just kind of went with the flow.
Went with the flow. I would go in there with the producer or with just my engineer, and I'd have people coming in inside the studio. If they were nodding their head, I'd be like, okay, this is one. If they didn't, skip it.
Okay. So what's your favorite track off the project right now and why?
Right now, it's Perdóname and Love and Hennessy. One, because I can't listen to one without the other in a way. But Love and Hennessy has been taking me to new places in my career and as a person that I didn't see coming this year. And I love this. I love it back. It's loving me right now. You feel me?
Okay. Definitely. So you had Chris Montana on the album,
Uh huh.
also A$AP Nast. How did those collaborations come about?
New York. Um, I didn't know French before him, but we had mutual friends, and he told me he was a fan of the record and he wanted to get on it. So how can I say no to French? Um, and then after that, we also kicked it a couple times. I see him around. Like I said, we got mutual friends, and I love French. Then Nas, that's also a New York Connect. Like Gazi Ghost, who's like one of the partners in Gazi. He he's really cool with ASAP. He grew up with some of the people in the mob, and we all linked together back in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, it's 2017, so visuals are, I guess, more important than ever nowadays. And you
Yeah.
got some insane visuals. So
Thanks.
how the hell do you come up with these concepts and these?
hmm
How do you just think of this type of stuff?
Um, the visuals. I always want to give them something that they don't expect, but also something that's easy to digest. Because you know how some people put out some complicated ass video and then it goes over your head and it's a dub. No, I didn't want that, so um, I don't know. Like I'm open to a lot of stuff. I'm usually open to things I like. I'll go with a video if it was something I wasn't thinking about, like if I didn't see it coming, So uh,
So what's your favorite visual? Period. This
what's
far.
my My favorite
All
video,
time favorite.
bro. Honestly, like I think I got some pretty classic videos. Round whipping feels like Sin City. Um, to the light feels like a '70s. Like remember those like '70s UFO flicks? I don't know if you remember that shit, but like I remember being a kid and watching it like Sundays, seeing them play like old '70s things that it reminds you of something like that. Matrix feels like you're in the Matrix. You're not in this realm. You're in another one. I love all of them. The same, honestly.
Okay. So let's dip a little bit away from that. Gazi World. How'd you
Hmm.
come up with the whole movement? You know, the label. Of course, you're independent, and you
Hmm.
don't. You know,
Yeah.
talk about wanting to be independent,
Uh-huh.
preferring to be independent. So
Yeah.
how'd you come up with the whole Gazi World thing?
Um. Well, the Gazi World thing creatively started between me, my brother, and Ghost. Um, my brother Steve, and it happened when I had just got my pub deal. I got my first place in LA. It was this big ass loft in Hollywood. And it was the first time I had some real money. So I was just spending. When that money dried out, we still had the loft, and I had moved everybody in by now. And we went back to creating music for like ourselves. Uh at that time I was writing for other people, producing for other people, and then I just started focusing on the music that people in the loft wanted to hear. So I would dip to the studio. Chris and Steve would stay at Chris being Ghost would stay at the loft and just think of like visuals and be like, yo, like you understand the songs you're making on the side are creating this other world. You don't even see it. And I'm like, bro, what you talking about? I gotta go back to the studio. I gotta get in with so and so. I gotta figure out how to get this money. Like, and I would come back and they would still keep cooking and cooking and cooking. So then we decided to put out Gazi and Round Whipping, and it just started taking off. And we're like, oh, okay, this world is for real. And here we are now, and I handle most of the music stuff. Chris and my brother help out with the creative side, with the music and the merch and the visual direction. And I brought in other people on board as far as the business side who I've also known for a long time. And now it's like a family thing. If everybody don't approve, it's probably not right. So the process is slower, it's harder, but it's more rewarding, and I think it's smarter in the long run.
Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely, I guess with you being independent right now,
Hmm.
if a bigger label was to come into the picture and the situation was right, is that something you would consider?
I mean, labels approached me last year. I got a low key bidding war on me right now. So would I approach it? Yeah, if it was right. We got propositions. I'm also very content with being independent. At the same time, it's all about what you want to do. I think. I don't think there is a wrong way of doing it or the right way. It's just like if you trying to get to this by this, you may not be able to do this just as an independent artist. But if you don't care about that, then it's all what you want to do.
Okay, definitely. So you spoke a little bit about having a pub deal.
Yeah.
How important do you think the pub deal was to getting you to where you are right now, which is on tour for people coming to see you as an artist?
That's a good question because I know there's a lot of up and coming musicians out there who are like, "What do I got to do?" And sometimes they get offered something and they're like, "Nah, I'm gonna hold off. I'm bigger than this. I'm gonna wait till the pub advance right and all that." And I was one of those people. The pub situation I got was based off Ballroom Riots, which was my first EP. It had nothing to do with placements or anything. And I was still like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. But honestly, if it wasn't for me taking that pub deal, I wouldn't have. This wouldn't be happening right now. None of this, because one, it got me living in LA on my own. It got me meeting a lot of people within the industry, and the reason why that was important was because they were talented producers, songwriters, artists, and you got to be around talented people to kind of understand how they got to where they're at on a skill level, not even on a business level. So I learned a lot from that. I also met my manager now, who at the time was an intern for a music studio I was working out of, and he's like my partner now in Gazi. So it's like I gotta say, like, to all those kids like coming up, if the opportunity's there and it's gonna take you out your place, get you closer to the people you need to be, look at that as the what's most important, not the money. The money's gonna come. That it was, yeah, it was important.
So how important do you think stepping out on faith is? Because when I was looking into your bio,
Uh huh.
like I said, I saw the move to New York,
Uh huh.
the move to LA,
Uh huh.
and now, like I say, you fast forward, both of those very critical as far as helping you to discover the sound more and just really getting you where you are.
Uh huh.
So for a lot of people, it was a big old move. The move to Harlem.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people
From
would be
Harlem to
scared to do
Hollywood.
something like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
So what in your mind made you say, I got to do this, and you felt like it was the right thing to do? Because like I said, a lot of people will just not do it because whether they're afraid or
Yeah.
whatever the case is.
Well, I mean, I've been moving around a lot since I was a kid. So for me, I've never felt attached to anything. Like right now, as much as I love LA, I'm not attached to LA. I can move to Paris next month, and like I'd be cool with that. So one, you can't be afraid to move. If you scared of leaving somewhere because you're comfortable, then like that might hold you down in the long run. Feel me? I knew LA was the place to go for me because my skills were in making songs, and I know the biggest hits were being made in LA. So I had to go there somewhere or another. And lucky enough for me, I don't even say luck. I think when you're doing everything you can to get what you want, it's gonna happen. It's gonna come, and you just gotta take it. So it took me there.
So what's some artists that you would love to work with in the future?
Somewhat.
Who are some different artists that you would want to work with in the future?
Some artists I would want to work with in the future.
You can work
Man,
with anybody in the world.
I'm a fan of a lot of people, all the way from like indie artists like Dope Lemon. Um, I know Crystal Castles ain't together anymore, but Crystal Castles, Javinsky, um, and I love a lot of like bigger mainstream artists. Like I'm a big fan of Rihanna. I'm a fan of Drake. I'm a fan of Ed Sheeran. I'm a fan of The Weeknd. So like I work with anyone that's good at music. I'm willing to make good music.
Okay, definitely. So,
Yeah.
speaking on that, how important do you think collaborations are for furthering your career or anybody's career at that?
That's a good question. Collaborations can make you skip steps, I think, in terms of clout. If I make a song with so and so, it's like, oh shit, he damn near their level. Um, for me, everyone's different. For me, I don't really look at collaborations as a thing that I need to do to get the top. I just think I gotta keep making good songs, undeniable songs, and just focus on that. But anytime a collaboration comes to me that is just super organic and the other person is super talented, like, you know, it's gonna go down.
You gotta take it.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely. So let's talk a little bit about the tour life. This is second day on the tour. How do you like the tour so far, and what are some things that your Dallas fans can expect tonight?
So second day of the tour. First day was amazing. Sold out. Super crowded. We had people outside the space trying to book it. It's probably gonna happen tonight too. But it was a lot bigger than this. Uh, the merch almost ran out. Another surprise. I think what surprised me the most was the kind of energy in the room. Like I've been to a lot of like shows where like the trap drums is playing and there's a lot of ego in the room as well. But there was no ego in the room, and like everyone was very like loving with each other. And I think what I bring on stage too is like a very positive vibe. So I feel like the tour has been unveiling to me what my role is within the universe, within music. And that has nothing to do with charts or clout. And Dallas, my first time in Dallas. So usually when I do my first show in any city, it's usually one of the best. So I'm hoping that's the case tonight.
Okay, definitely. So aside from all the music that all your fans love, what's something else that people might not know about you that is no way related to music? A fun fact.
A fun fact. Oh man. Oh man. Fun fact. Yo,
A fun
Sam,
fact.
they want a fun fact from me that people don't think they would ever know.
A fun fact?
Yeah.
He's a comedian, bro. He's an actual stand-up
I'm a-
motherfucking comedian.
I'm a comedian. That is a fun fact.
Oh, shit. What is it in English? He can like,
Whistle?
he can imitate people.
I can
Oh,
imitate.
impersonate.
Yo,
Yeah.
bro, he can impersonate people. Like,
Get a quick quick
No. Chill. No, we're not doing that here. But yeah. I think I'm a comedian. I'm a little bit of a comedian. I keep the bus rowdy. I gotta keep them, keep them on their feet, keep them happy. So, but man, I'm a surprising dude. I'll say that.
Okay.
Don't know what to expect from me. I know I seem very chill sometimes.
Laid back.
Yeah, and then you see me on stage, you're like, damn, I didn't know it was like that.
Turn
you
it
know?
up.
Right? And then you might see me at a function or something, but I didn't know it was like that too.
Yep,
You know?
kicking back.
And then you might see me at church, and you're like, damn, I didn't know it was like that.
Feeling it.
You might see me at a parent's crib, you know?
Yep.
You're like, damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess one last surprising question, maybe surprising. You could date any celebrity, who would it be?
Fuck, gotta be
Anybody, actress, singer, anyone in the entertainment world.
it gotta be an actress. I'm going for actresses, bro. I love the musicians, but I gotta go with the actress, bro. Definitely. I'm not even thinking. I'm thinking actresses.
Okay.
So anyone with the Emmy, with the Academy Award. Yeah.
Okay.
What up, everybody? This is A.Chal, and I want to give a big shout out to 22 minus 11. Shout out Dallas, Gazi.